Guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Lisa LWL, and in this crochet tutorial I'm going to show you how to create this beautiful infinity scarf or a cowl, whatever you want to call it. Super easy, beginner friendly, so if you're interested, stay tuned. Okay, as usual with any crochet project, you're going to need a pair of scissors and yarn. So I'm using the Canon Chunky Cakes yarn, okay? And guys, this yarn is my first time using it, and I got it on sale. I'm trying to show you guys. It was only $4.97, aka $5, okay? And this is in the color Elderberry Jelly. So you guys can kind of see all the specs right there. I'm really interested to see how the pattern is going to work with this. So the only thing that I did not like with this yarn, it was really hard for me to find the center. So I'm more comfortable when I'm doing projects where you can just pull your yarn right from the center of the yarn instead of going around, because that's just a little bit too much tedious work for me. And I need to be relaxed. So guys, we are going to start off with a slip knot. Very simple. Alright guys, and I forgot to tell you that I am using a size Q crochet hook. And the bigger that your hook is, the looser that your project will be. And I wanted this to be pretty loose. I wanted it to be an infinity scarf / cowl that you can actually put over your head. You know, so it's going to be just like pretty wide. I am chaining 70 right here. And just so you know, guys, I ended up taking this out. You can check the location that's marked up the top to see how I switched it out. I did not do it on camera, so I used a substitute yarn to show you guys how to chain a little looser than this. I know that this chain doesn't look tight, but it's kind of pulling when I start to do the rest of my project. I don't want it to be really flowing with my project, if you get my drift. If you don't mind it, just keep watching and you'll see what I'm talking about. But for this part in this actual scarf that I started, it was a chain of 70. When I loosened up my first initial foundation chain, I was able to do 60, and it was actually longer than this. So that's how you know that my tension was really loose at that point. But anyway, what you want to do is make sure that your chain is straight before you connect it, because in this scarf or this project, we are working in rounds. It's really simple when you work in rounds because you don't have to count and you just keep going. It's so easy. You're just going to attach the end to the beginning with a slip knot. Just make sure that you are like I said, your chain is straight. You don't want to get into any problems with that. So once your chain is straight, and I'm just checking it here, make sure that it's laying straight. And also just another tip, the looser that your chain is, the easier it's going to be to get your hook in to do your actual stitching. Okay, this project is going to be so simple. It's only one stitch, and that stitch that we are doing is the half double crochet. So now what I'm doing here, the difference is, and I've done this before in different projects, but we're not going into the bottom post or the back post. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but as you can see, I'm trying to point it out to you. We're going to actually go behind that, and we're going into the back post. So those are like the little chains that you see behind your initial, the links in the front. I'm still getting good with trying to get better with my terminology. You guys know that this is not something that I set out to do on this channel, so I'm trying. Again, I'm more of a visual person, so if you guys just watch, hopefully that'll help you like it helps me. So I just went into that back loop. I am going to go ahead and show you how to create a half double crochet. You're going to yarn over. Again, you're going to insert your hook into that back loop. And because my chains, again, I said it's tighter than I want it to be, I have to kind of struggle with getting my hook in, which is why I said I would suggest just doing it looser. So then once you got it in, you're going to chain over. There'll be 3 loops on your hook, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. I'll do that again. I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into the back loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through all 3. And that's your half double crochet. Again, I apologize if it's a little confusing. I cannot keep like stopping and re-recording this voiceover, so I'm just going to go with the flow, and hopefully you guys will get it. This is really simple. As you know, if you've watched me before with crochet tutorials, I love doing projects that are so easy that you don't really have to think. There's not a lot of counting involved, and they still come out pretty cute. And again, here we go. Same thing, same technique. It's just a struggle to get my hook into those actual foundation chain. And that's what you should look like right there if you are doing exactly the way that I am. And the fact that it's a little tighter, it's going to take longer to do the project, especially the first. Your foundation chain is always going to be harder, either because it may be tighter or loose. Even when it's loose, you have a possibility of it twisting up. So you just have to be mindful when you're doing your foundation chain. And right there, I'm just trying to show you guys how we're going to keep going in rounds. But the closer I get to the end, the tighter it is. So bear with me. And it looks like I have just one more, so I'm going to go ahead and complete my half double crochet there. And you don't even have to, again, you're not joining any rows together, you're just going to keep going. So it's kind of like crocheting in a spiral round. And right here, I just wanted to show you guys that first row. And it looks a little small because the bottom foundation is a little tight. And right now, as I continued to actually crochet this, is when I found out that it was a little too tight, because the more that you crochet and the more rows you do, the looser it is. But what I'm showing you there is your beginning chain, the tail that you left out. That is your indicator of when you're on to the next row, pretty much. So you'll know how many rows, or that's going to help us end and finish off the scarf. The tail is so. I'm showing you guys the back loops now. It's going to be a little bit easier to identify now that you have your first row. And I'm just going to continue to go ahead and do my half double crochets all the way around and around and around. And I'm just showing you guys. And once you start again, the rows, it's going to be easy to identify them, because it's going to push your actual, the top of the chains to the front, which is going to create a ribs look. It's going to almost look like it's a knitted scarf because of this technique. You guys have any questions, feel free to not answer them. Feel free to ask me in the comments below. Also, you can kind of let me know what type of crochet projects you're looking for, and I can let you know if I am capable of doing that. I'm actually learning a lot of different things, but I really wanted to start with beginner friendly projects before I move on to anything a little bit more advanced. I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video, but I want to get into crochet dolls or crochet animals, like, for babies. So I'm really interested in learning how to do that. And that is not really going to take a whole lot of technique. It's just tedious, and you're working with like small hooks and everything like that. So anyway, enough of the yapping. I'm just continuing to do my half double crochet all the way around. Alright guys, so I just wanted to lay this out to show you how it is. And I'm just, again, at this point, this is where I'm checking to see if I need to pull my project apart and start over. And I did. And I did that off camera like I stated. So I just want to show you what I did. This yarn that I'm using here, standard yarn, it's pretty much the same as the one that I used in the for the scarf. And I just wanted to show you how I did it a little bit looser. So I'm taking my yarn and I did a slip knot. I did a slip knot. And I'm just making sure that I go down to the fatter part of the actual hook. That kind of gives me an idea of how loose I want it. And I'm just going to very loosely chain. And again, I chained 70 for the project that you will see, the finished product that you will see. And the looser you chain, your material or your yarn can easily twist up. Just make sure that you are holding your chain as you're going along, as you see me doing with my left hand. And I'm just loosely chaining. So loose that it came apart. No tension whatsoever. I'm just going to just keep going. And so you saw me pull out some because it did, my hook did come out. I just wanted to make sure that my chain is still straight. So I just ripped it out real quickly. And right there, I'm just checking to see if my chain is straight. It looks a little raggedy, but believe me, it's not. It's just very loose. So you're going to have like a good eye to go into it. I didn't chain 70. I'm just doing it for the purpose to show you guys how loose I wanted it to be. So I just joined it like I did before, and we're good to go. Now, this is the almost finished product. Okay, so as you can see, it's very loose all the way around, and my beginning chain foundation is still tighter than the actual scarf, but it goes with it. It's not pulling. I can stretch it out, and it's stretching with the actual body of the project of the scarf. So that's what I wanted to do. And I really like how the colors are lining up. The person that I'm doing this for loves purple, and I also like how it looks underneath. So I really think that this could be reversible. You know, I love the chain links, but I really do think that it can be reversible. So I'm all the way to the end, and I can tell that, again, by the beginning tail of my foundation chain, that I'm at the end. So once I got back around, as you can see, I'm trying to demonstrate that there. I'm going to go ahead and do a slip stitch all the way around to finish my scarf off, and that'll give it the same effect as the foundation. Okay guys, and to actually do the slip stitch, I'm going right underneath the actual chain. We're not doing the back loops anymore. We're going underneath the bottom and the top loops. And to slip stitch, you are going to insert your hook, yarn over, and just pull it through. And you're going to do that all the way around, making sure that the tension is very loose. Again, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull through. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and just make sure that you're keeping it loose all the way around. Very simple. I hope that you guys like the tutorials that I'm doing, or the projects that I'm doing. These are just things that I were making either way, and I decided to record them since I got, you know, a lot of great feedback from the previous crochet tutorial. So I'm just, you know, really excited about sharing my projects with you guys. Okay, please make sure that you do subscribe so that way you are updated anytime that I post a crochet tutorial. My channel, as I always say, is a variety of things, but in order to know when I actually upload a crochet tutorial, you would need to be subscribed and click that bell so that you can get the notifications that I uploaded. I'm trying to throw in at least one crochet tutorial a week. Sometimes it's a little more than that, but I don't want to do less. you know, especially this time of year. So now back to the actual project. You can tell when you are done with your slip stitching because you'll be able to really identify that you've come to the end of it. If you're having an issue identifying it, again, just look at the tail from the previous, your foundation chain. But once you get to the end, you're just going to slip it, cut it off, and finish it off. By finishing off, I just kind of weaved it a little bit into some of the other stitches up top, and I just cut off the tail. And I'm going to do the same with my foundation tail. And then we are all set and all good to go. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you guys make the projects that I am doing. You can easily share them with me on Instagram under LWL Crochets. And I want to hear from you guys. Thank you so, so much for watching. Be blessed, guys, and most importantly, be a blessing. Smooches. Mwah.